Donna, it's a pleasure and a blessing to see you today and for you to agree to share with us again about how Jesus is forever our best friend and how he proved himself in the way he helped you during a very, very trying time.
The last time we talked, I shared about a time when Jesus showed me just what a special friend he can be. It was during the Gulf War, early 1991. And I had been praying Psalms 91 over Robert that references that he will command his angels concerning you. He'll put his angels in charge of you. And one trying morning that I had, um, God had given me a vision of his angels completely surrounding Robert and told me, what you have asked for, I have done. But the story doesn't stop there.
Okay.
And so that's why we've come in again today.
Okay.
As the war approached this climax, Desert Shield shifted to Desert Storm. The U.S. led coalition started first with a barrage of air attacks that started on January 17th. And this is when our church prayer group shifted into 24-hour prayer. I'll never forget when the storm added the ground forces, which of course Robert was a part of. It was a Sunday night here in the States. I was ironing clothes, and of course CNN News was always on in the background during that time. And as I was ironing, I suddenly heard the announcer literally shout across the TV waves, "The ground war has started! The ground war has started!" And I believe my heart skipped a beat and I just froze. Friend Jesus came in at my right behind my right shoulder. Not physically, but I could feel his presence as surely as I can feel your presence right here.
Oh.
And he said to me, "Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord." A peace that passes all understanding just flooded my soul. My phone started ringing. My parents, Robert's parents, an aunt and uncle that I hardly ever heard of in Mississippi, all called to let me know that they were covering Robert in prayer. The funniest phone call, though, came from my little sister, Laura. She was only 12 when Robert and I started dating, and she truly looks on Robert as a brother. And she called and she said, "Donna, are you all right?" And I said, "Yes, Laura, I'm fine." And she said, "Well, I'm not." She was very upset at me for being so calm. So I had to share with her and calm her down. But you see, what he quoted me is from Exodus, the 14th chapter. And this is where the Israelites are fleeing Egypt. They have come up to the Red Sea, and the Pharaoh has sent his army to pursue them. And they are having a panic attack. And Moses is the one that says to them, "Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord." And he goes on to verse 14 and says, "The Lord will fight for you and will hold your peace." So God has told me, as my husband is going into combat, to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. I was actually excited about what was going to happen. What was God fixing to do? To our amazement, The ground war lasted from February 24th to February 28th, when President Bush called a ceasefire. It had only been 4 days, a little over 100 hours. When you compare that to Vietnam, to Korea, to the Iran crisis right now, you see just how amazing that was. The commanding general, Norman Swartkoff, was absolutely amazed at the 101st Airborne Division's speed at completing their mission. His famous quote is that the Air Force and the armor were the thunder of the storm, but the 101st was the lightning.
Wow. Your best friend, my best friend, coming through again in the midst of some of the most trying times of your life.
And you know, I'm not denigrating the danger during that time at all. My husband Robert was awarded the Bronze Star with a V for valor during that time, but that's his story to tell.
Another time.
Another time. The U.S. did lose 96 souls during that 4 days. 5 of them were from the 101st when a medic helicopter was shot down. But Robert was not scathed, even though he evidently went through very harrowing times. No one from our church lost life or were injured. And all I could say at the end was, truly, be still and see the salvation of the Lord.
Donna, powerful, powerful. Thank you so much for agreeing to meet with us again and tell some more about the love, the compassion, the power of our best friend, Jesus the Christ. Thank you, Donna.